Hi, I'm Bob.
And I'm Ken. We're the Two Car Pros. We've been repairing cars for 22 years. We've developed a top 10 list of things that go wrong with your car that you should know. In this video, we cover these problems and the necessary steps it takes to repair them. These are the topics we'll cover in today's video. Check engine light comes on while driving. My vehicle won't crank. Vehicle overheats. Checking tire wear patterns. Heater won't work or is weak. Vehicle leaks engine oil. Checking strut and shock absorber wear. My vehicle cranks but won't start. The AC doesn't get cold. The engine is leaking coolant. Okay, let's get right to it and introduce our first problem. Your check engine light goes on and off while driving. The check engine light is caused by a computer malfunction. When the warning light is illuminated, it is trying to tell you that the computer has detected a problem. You must take your car to an authorized dealer to be scanned for trouble codes. Some computer repairs can be costly, but most are simple sensor problems that can be remedied by an O2 or coolant sensor. Cost on these repairs should be between $100 and $200. Problem number 2. The car won't crank. The next thing we do is determine if it's a dead battery, bad connection, or a shorted starter. First, let's do some basic checks. Turn the headlights on. Are the headlights bright? If so, we can move on. If the headlights are out or dim, you could have a dead battery or a bad connection. For our next test, we turn our headlights on. Then we try cranking the car. If the headlights stay bright, we have a bad starter and it needs to be replaced. If the headlights go dim or go out, we have a weak battery or a bad connection. Okay, problem number 3. The temperature gauge says your car is overheating. If your car is overheating, never attempt or allow repairs until it has cooled down overnight, or personal injury could occur. With that said, when the car has cooled, check the coolant reservoir. This is a coolant reservoir. The coolant level should be between the cold and hot marks. This coolant reservoir has no coolant in it, so the problem needs to be found and then repaired. If your coolant level is between the cold and hot marks, we need to look further for the problem. Next, with the engine off, we look at the automotive drive belt. Is it intact? And is it tight? If the automotive drive belt is missing or is loose, the vehicle will overheat. If the drive belt seems okay, we might have a stuck thermostat or a blown head gasket, and these need to be checked by a professional. Let's introduce problem number 4, checking tire wear patterns. There are only 3 things that can cause tires to wear irregularly: overinflation, underinflation, and misalignment. Checking these problems are simple. Just evaluate the tire wear patterns. Overinflated tires will wear in the center and leave tread on the outside. When tires are underinflated, the outside of the tire is worn, while the inside of the tire is still intact. For our third problem, this tire has a misalignment problem. As you can see, for the outside of the tire, the tread is worn. On the inside of the tire, the tread is intact. This vehicle needs a front end alignment or front end repairs. There's nothing worse than a heater that doesn't work or that is weak. In cold weather, the vehicle's heater is a lifesaver. If yours doesn't work or is weak, here are the first things to look for. Check the fuse panel for a blown blower motor fuse. If the fuse is blown, replace it with a new one and then recheck the operation. Next, check the small vacuum hoses leading to your firewall. If they have cracks in them, replace with a new vacuum hose and recheck the operation. The next thing to look for is your coolant reservoir level. If the level is low or you have none in your coolant reservoir, the first thing to be affected is the heater operation. Okay, we're going to go over problem number 6. Your car is leaking engine oil where you park it. Engine oil problems consist of major and minor problems.
Minor problems are valve cover gaskets, your oil filter is loose, or your drain plug gasket needs to be replaced. Major problems are rear main seal, front main seal, and oil pan gasket. Okay, we're going to go over problem number 7, checking strut and shock absorber wear. These are very important. They keep your car under control while you're on the highway. Struts and shocks should be replaced every 60,000 miles, but some can wear out sooner. The best way to see if a shock is wore out is to bounce your car. If the car returns to its normal ride height, the shocks or struts are okay. If not, they need to be replaced, as in this case.